Welcome back to Best Art Class with Prosper. In today's lesson, we shall be dealing with the introduction to literature. Literature etymologically originates from a Latin word, litera, which means any written material or printed material. That is to say, anything that is written, anything that is printed, it is the work of literature. Even though it is on the blackboard, whiteboard, it is literature. Even though it is the dictionary, it is literature. As far it is written, it is literature. Even though it is the biology textbook, it is literature. It is a chemistry textbook, it is literature. As far as it is written, even descriptions on tombs, they are also the work of literature. But many people have tried define literature in different ways, but none has been tagged an acceptable definition of literature. Some said it mirrors the society. Some said it is the work of art that is artistic. Some said it is the work of art that is didactic. So we cannot really say this is the main of literature because it has not given itself to any acceptable definition. For us to understand what literature is properly, let us bring out its type. Majorly, we have two types of literature, which is the oral literature and the written literature. But will that be able to make us to understand exactly what literature is? I will divide the types of literature into two, according to structure and according to form, to content, structure and content. When I say according to content, I am talking about the literature of power and the literature of knowledge. When I say according to structure, it is the oral literature and the written literature. Let us first deal with that of content. When I say literature of knowledge and literature of power, what is that thing that is inside of it? Literature of knowledge is that one that just gives us knowledge of anything at all we need to know. Let's say, for example, if you bring a biology textbook, it tells you about the development from conception to death. It tells you what you should know. This is how it is. It just gives it to you like that. Your physics textbook does the same thing. Your mathematics textbook does the same thing. This one just pass knowledge, pass information without even you looking at it critically, trying to critique it or whatever. But when we talk about literature of power, it is that kind of literature that moves. You do not just say, yes, this is how it is. You do not just agree with the poet, the author of that particular book. You look at it deeply, pick out some of the expressions effectively used in that particular work of art. This kind of literature of power that we're talking about, it is not the kind of literature that just passes information, that just gives you knowledge, but it is that one that has the kind of words that are dignified, aesthetic, colorful, flowering, beautiful. So that is why most time we say the poetry, drama, and prose literature. Those ones are what we normally call literature. But these are not really the only literature kinds that we have. Others that give knowledge are also types of literature. So I said we have literature of power and we have literature of knowledge. But we must try and deal with the literature of power in literature. Now we also have literature according to structure. How is it passed from one generation to another? Many people believe that we have only the written literature. The Europeans believe we have written literature. The Africans believe that we do not just have the written literature, we also have the oral literature. The oral literature is the literature of the Africans. In our next video, we shall be dealing with the oral literature properly, deeply, to the extent that we will be able to understand what we mean by oral literature, some of the things around oral literature, some of the terms we need to understand about oral literature. So, literature of written literature is that literature that is passed from one generation to another through writing. It has been documented. The work of Shakespeare were documented, and it has been transferred from one generation to another. The work of Wole Soyinka, Chinua Achebe, they were also documented. Alex Age Aguirre, Chimamanda, all of them are documented. But the oral literature is that kind of literature that is transferred from one generation to another through oral form. It is not written. It was composed by the great-great-great-grandfathers, and that is how it has been transferred. Both the songs and the stories, all of them are transferred using the word of mouth without it being documented. And most of them are used to teach moral lesson, but not all of them though. Most I would say literature is there towards teaching moral lesson. Yes, literature is didactic in form, but it is not all. Now, what are the importance of literature? The importance of literature. We will be working out theory also. Literature is educative. Literature is informative. Literature is entertaining. So these are the three most important things you need to pick out when we talk about the importance of literature. When we say literature is educative, what does it mean? It teaches moral lesson, it teaches humans what they should do, it teaches people how they should behave, it teaches people the things that are around the world. That is just it. It teaches. At the same time, I said it is informative. It gives you information of what is happening. Most times people say poets and some other literary artists are prophets, and it is true. Chinua Achebe wrote Things Fall Apart, knowing full well that things will surely fall apart in Nigeria. Nigerians will accept the white man, and it was evident after the book has been written. So we are poets. All of us are prophets. We see beyond what people see. So it informs us that this is what will be happening, and that is just how it is. Even with the work of Alex Age Aguirre, Unexpected Joy at Dawn, where he wrote about the migration of the aliens from Ghana to Nigeria and from Nigeria to Ghana. It informs that this is how it was. This is the kind of things that were in the mind of people. Oh, if I leave this place now, what am I going to do? If everyone is chased away from this country, how about my customers? So it is informative, it is educative, and I also say it is entertaining. You can be bored sometimes. Get your film and watch. Just turn on the television. Watch your film. Or you just sit down and start listening to some people cracking jokes. It is also the work of literature. This kind of literature we are talking about here, it is what? Literature of power. It moves you. You cannot be reading literature and you are bored. It is not done anywhere. That is just the literature for you. So I've said it's educative, it is informative, and it is what? It is entertaining. So these are the three major importance of literature. We have three branches of literature. You can also call them genres of literature. They are drama, prose, and poetry. Drama, prose, and poetry. In the subsequent videos, we shall be talking about these branches one after the other. drama, prose, and poetry. We talk about play, the one that is acted on the stage, even the ones we can also that are also scripted, that we can read for enjoyment, for education, and for information. Drama is written in act and scene. A person who writes drama is called a dramatist. You can also call them playwrights. And if it is for prose, it is that novel that we have. Prose is divided into about 5 different parts. We will work on these ones later. Prose is divided into romance, novel, novella, short stories, shorter stories. But before that one, it is first divided into the fiction and non-fiction. Then we also have the poetry. Poetry which is written in lines and stanzas. Person who writes poem is normally called the poet. And it uses economy of words. Economy of words. Drama, prose, and poetry. These are the 3 major branches of literature. Literary appreciation is the ability for you to understand all the nuances in the work of art, both the figures of speech, the structure, the themes, the literary devices, the symbolism, everything that are in that particular work of art. The ability for you to understand the work of art perfectly. It is what we mean by literary appreciation. So that is just it. We've been able to talk about literature. That literature is the artistic way of mirroring the society. It is a way of creating things from nothing. Sometimes we always say that people that deal with literature are liars. Yes, we tell lies in a truthful way. That is just it. We tell lies in a truthful way. And I've also said that we have 2 major types of literature, is the written literature and oral literature. But I divided them into 2. I said so according to structure and according to content. According to structure, I said how it is written, which is the oral literature, which can also say the literature of the Africans. And I also said we have written literature. We also have, according to content, literature of knowledge, which gives only knowledge. And I also said we have the literature of power, the word that moves, the word that makes you think more than what even the writer is thinking. There are some times I can even write a book. Somebody will critique that book for you, and you'll be wondering, wow, is this what is in my book? I never knew. Because the person has decided to look at the book to a better understanding. I also told you that we have 3 genres of literature, which are the drama, prose, and poetry. And I also talked about the literary appreciation, which is the ability for you to understand the work of art properly. So that is just it. I believe it is well understood. I enjoyed this class. If this is your first time of visiting this channel, please like this video, comment on the video, turn on the notification button, and subscribe. God bless you. And before we go, do this exercise. Answer these questions. Work them out. And drop your answer in the comment box. Bye-bye.